Hey, welcome back, guys. Me and the tails are up on the rim of the Mogollon Rim, the very top. Oh, 6,500, 7,000 feet right now. Just had a storm come through last night, and we are up on the rim going towards Willow Springs now, where I just parked from the main road. I could have drove in, but I'm hiking in. There's a lot of traffic on there. You could probably hear it. I don't know, half a mile back or so. So I'm kind of shocked that we had snow last night here, and I was down in the desert. Now I'm up in the mountains here in like an hour. And what's shocking is there's this much traffic on this back road here in the middle of nowhere, and it's now going up to Willow Springs has a lot of good fishing, rainbow trout, brown trout, I believe, and at one time had tiger trout, a breed of brook trout, and I think brown that are sterile. They originally came out of Colorado, I think. But anyway, so there's probably a lot of fishermen up here. I haven't seen anybody camping. In fact, I saw a sign that said no camping. So the reason I'm up here on the rim, this is the focal point of my Mogollon Monster of Arizona. The campsites are closed. On this particular road here, there's no camping anyway. There's some major campgrounds a couple miles from here, but they're closed. But this Woods Canyon, a couple miles away, and this Willow Springs, which is right out this way, just kind of along this way. I think it ends right at the... It's been a bunch of years, but this area's had, major amount of Bigfoot sightings. BFRO website has quite a few of them, from rocks thrown, boulders thrown in the lake, to just footprints in the snow, which we actually witnessed in Woods Canyon just down the road a mile or two. And my wife jokingly took a picture between these two roads of some snow that was I see somebody, look like they're fishing. Come this way, guys. So they were actually between two roads where we saw the snow, and then she's joking, look, Bigfoot tracks, and they were probably 17-inch, 16-inch, and they were straight line. But what stood out to me, and I jokingly, it's before I got my channel, and I was joking about it, is the fact that the prints were really wide. I mean, twice as wide as, maybe even 2.5 times as wide. All right, so they're off to the left there. I think that's the beginning of the lake right there. All right, so we're gonna hike on by. I gotta get my dog though. Come here, stay here. I think they might be having a picnic. But anyway, good for them. What a strange place to have a picnic, but stay over here. Come on. So anyway, it is brisk. The sun feels good on my neck, but it is cold. Like I said, the storm came in last night. We were down at the desert lake, and it rained on and off, but I saw the storm come up through here. Now, this is not a major amount of snow by any means, but it dumped last night, so up to yesterday there was nothing up here, which is not a good winter again up in the mountains up here. They do a pretty good job thinning out. I'm looking down as I'm filming for tracks. I'm seeing dog tracks. And But yeah, we saw the footprints here, and that's when I had my tent. One of the last times I tented. In fact, I think it was the last time I tented it. The reason I bought my toy hauler is because I heard something walking around my tent, and I was kind of freaked out because it sounded like a person. And like, well, we're not doing this anymore. Besides the ground being hard. Come on, Barkley, let's go. So yeah. A lot of ruts. Looks like people have been driving out here a lot lately. Well, maybe they had snow up here before and caused all this before and packed ice. Because I haven't been up here in a while. But this is the two lakes meet here, and oh yeah, I wanted to camp out between the two lakes because that's known. Oh, I almost fell. There's another day camper. So I'm gonna call it here for a second. But yeah, I wanted to tent, but I just got too freaked out to be going by myself. So we'll be back in a minute. All right. So we turned off a back road here that's closed to motor vehicles, and no tracks whatsoever besides our own. And we are hiking out here in the boonies a little bit, see what we can find. See if we can find any tracks, especially in this snow. It would be perfect to find any hairy man tracks. In this area, like I said in the last clip, I mentioned that I got kind of freaked out by the camping. I kind of pulled up and didn't stay overnight, so I kind of chickened out. Just the vibes. So here we are at the lake, Willow Springs, notorious Bigfoot sighting place, year-round water source, right out there. My dogs are wound up. I'll do some whoops when I get down there. Yeah, two groups so far, just camping out in the snow there and having a cookout or something. There's no overnight camping, so I don't believe they're camping. Doesn't look like it. Let me plug my charger back in. All right. Oh, it's beautiful. I bet you catch some good trout right now. But I'm looking for tracks. That's my main. And any snaps that I can see. They thin this area out a lot, so you may not find a lot of snaps, but you never know. So I'm gonna hike down to the lake and see if we see anything across the other side. I've boated this lake before. I thought I saw something, and that was back before my footing days. But if you can't, 100% sure on something, I'm not going to even say, but it could have been a bear. But it just moved strangely for a bear. It just saw me and got out of dodge. And a bear can do that too. But I'm gonna have a muddy, wet dogs by the time I get back, huh? Here we go, guys. Look at this Willow Lake. Well, this is Willow Springs, and the spring starts over down this way and it flows in here. I think I've taken a kayak through there. Let's get a little closer. I don't know, it looks clear. I don't know, maybe a little murky. Let's get down the sandstone here. Get a little close up here. Oh, that water is crystal clear. And I'm sure freezing cold. And I'll scan across just in case we see anything. If you see anything, point it out. So this starts going out to the main part of the lake, which goes around the corner there, and it opens up pretty big. Gets pretty deep. I don't know what I'm seeing out there. right out on the shoreline, right out there. Let me zoom in a little bit, see if I can see. I don't know why two people would be fishing over there. That's where all the activity has been, from what I've heard, to the other side of this lake. There's a ridge and it drops down. It almost looks like two people fishing out there on shore, but there's really no way to get there, and nobody's going to hike out there to fish there when you got, you know, places like where I'm at right now. That's interesting. I just can't seem to get it locked into. I don't know if you can see it. We'll see. Right here. Trying to see if I can get a little closer to see those figures, but I'm not seeing them on here. I think I'm just misinterpreting. That's part of this field. Well, are they still there? Huh. Alright. Not seeing that now. Alright, let's get back out of here. Trying to decide which way to hike. This way has a little bit more snow. I could find some tracks. Don't knock me in the water, guys. So, if you're new to the channel, Pearl, my Portuguese water dog, and my golden doodle Barkley, who's going to be 1 year old. She's 5, and he's going to be 1 year old in, let's see, 4 days. So there's a bit of snow on this side, but it's not going to show tracks real well. I mean, in the mud it will, and it's in the shade, so it might be a little more difficult to find out, because that's kind of what I wanted to do when I heard the snow came, that I could go find some tracks in the snow. Super quiet. This is the Potato Lake is another one that's not far from here, that family of Bigfoot have been seen multiple times. And that's just down the road, one of the back rim roads. Whoop! Whoop! Nice echo over there. Alright, I really got to leave my camera running because I just heard a voice right over here. Now, I don't see anybody fishing, but I did hear a voice. So we're going to walk a little bit that way and see if anything jumps out at us, literally. Now, I don't know if all this tracks here is the dogs, because they've been kind of wound up. One more than the other. Yeah, those prints I saw were probably like this and about that wide. Not that shaped, but yeah, it was probably that wide. That's how big those prints were when I saw them that day. And they were your typical straight across like that. So, yeah. Very interesting. Just taking a quick shot of that. Oh, that. So I kind of walk the camera off for a second. Whoop, whoop. It's hard to hear when the dogs are running around. But again, that's part of the channel. Here are the Bigfoot and dogs. And I think those hairy men are really fascinated by these two white dogs that hang around with this skinny white dude. You know, I don't see anybody. Still not anything on the tracks yet. I might go the other way just because there's a lot more snow, more likely, and I guess less people, but it's only 2. Hey, come back here. All right, I think we'll turn around. Let's go this way, come on. Let's go where the snow's thicker. Maybe we'll find some better tracks over this way. All right. It's not too late in the day, but this time of year, it just gets dark so quick. The sun gets over the hills. In certain areas, it just gets a lot. Let's up and chase those off from over there. He just came flying out of that area. That's where I did the whoops towards. Yeah, like and subscribe if you're new. Again, I'm Scott, Alaskan Bigfooter, and we're up in Arizona now. We do travel from Alaska down the west coast and other places, continental United States, and hanging down here because of less snow and warmer temperatures till we can work our way up north. The destination Canadian, Washington-Canadian border. Oh, it's getting slick here. Oh, bear with me. We get around this bend up here. That's where it gets the thicker snow. You may not smart for me, but we're out here looking for tracks, specifically today because of the snow. So again, I can find a different. Now they have coyotes out here, mountain lions, and Mexican gray wolves. Not too many of those out this side of the mountain range, but they come out here. Another monster ponderosa. All right, this is getting better for tracks. So let's head that way to the spring and see if we can find the, stay here guys, some tracks. And that's what we're doing today, battling a little bit of cold weather, not East Coast weather by any means, like I said, what they're going through right now. I'm sure they would probably trade, but where I was an hour ago prior to coming here, yeah, 70s, 60s, maybe not today, but it will be in the next few days. Sure looks like some old tracks right here. Actually a bunch, and then it just kind of stopped. Huh, that's strange. There's some snow drifts here. That looks like the tracks start again right here. Let's see if I can see them out here. If you see them, let me know. I'm filming with a different camera today, so another one got a little damp. Filming around my campsite. All right, sun feels good, but we're leaving the sun. All right, let's go up over the top here. It looks like they kind of go this way, don't they? I mean, they are. Can you see the shadows of that right there? Huh, that's interesting. Very large pair that maybe happened in the storm before, got covered up with last night's. I'm just trying to see if I see them go off anywhere. Not yet. There's a big tree bend right there. We'll come up here and do a few more whoops. Seems like something scared off those birds out of that tree line right there. That's where they came out. This is perfect area for finding tracks. Whoop, whoop. And a nice echo again. perfect conditions. It's not majorly deep and enough to see something walk through here. Of course, it would have to be in the last couple days. Besides a couple day picnickers, if you call them that. Rowdy boys that like to get a bunch of wood and have a big bonfire and just cook up for a few hours. That's what's up the road. Half mile maybe. I don't hear them anything remotely close, and they're spread out. So there's nobody's been here but me and dogs, the tails. The Bigfoot and dogs. All right. You see a little bit more of the lake, but like I said, most of it's on that side. That whole area is the one giant opening. There's a boat launch out the far side. Thought I saw tracks up here. I'm not seeing any elk or deer tracks either, so it's kind of strange. This place has a lot of elk and deer. Quite a bit. You can see how perfect this snow is. All right. You can see which direction the snow was coming yesterday. Right. Did you catch some good fish down here? You can probably still catch them right now. This lake, my wife used to come out here with her dad and ice fish this. I think those days are gone, but I fished this and caught quite a few fish. Let's get up in this hill here. Let's see further away from the lake if we can find a ridge to go up on. Thought I'd just do a quick video coming out here and looking for tracks today, given the little bit of snow. Perfect conditions for it. Got the warm sun, not deep snow, but enough to get tracks and keep the people out. And do a quick video for you guys. Thanks again for watching. All right, getting in the tree line. This is a pretty old area. In fact, there's quite a bit of native history out here too. Whoop, whoop. It kind of sounded like I heard talking or a voice over there, but I don't know if that was a secondary echo. That's where that's where I've been kind of directing my whoops, but that's where the birds flew out. That's interesting. Right now I'm not even finding elk or deer tracks, or anything so far that I've noticed. If you see that, comment below, because I haven't. I'm going to have to work my way back, because as soon as that gets down here, it's going to be dark before I get back to my vehicle. There's a big boulder against the tree. Kind of looks out of place. Now I'm getting EBGBs like normal up in here. Maybe we could find some tracks or get a call or a tree knock or something. That's kind of a weird rock. Look at that thing. Oops. That's a rock, all right. And it's a tree. It's growing. The tree's going right into the boulder in this sharp, jagged rock. That's kind of cool. All right. A little bit of ice on this side of the lake, probably where the sun never shines. Still looking for the tracks, kind of hoping to find something. this is a real popular sighting area. Been trying to get back to this site quite a bit. It's nice about the snow. They leave the tracks, but I don't know, I'm kind of seeing something there, but it's just one. So let's keep going up here till we see our luck. Guys, thanks for hanging out. I know sometimes you don't find or hear anything, but that's where I believe the spring there, or maybe it goes around the corner. Let's go around that corner where there are no souls, or haven't been lately, and it's getting deeper. Well, there's some tracks down there. Let's go check that out. I think the dogs just did that, but there's some tracks right up here. Kind of out of place. They're not huge. Can you see probably not in the shade. You can move up down the dogs. You can probably see a little bit here. See them here? And it comes from that one area we were at earlier. A storm or two ago, you could see the indention into the snow. Well, you could before the dogs tear it all up. It's getting kind of deep for this, well, deep-ish. I don't know, do they come this way? I want to say elk or elk, but he goes down to the water, but they're kind of big for that. You know, they kind of disappear. There's some over here along this. Let's do another call. Whoop! All right. Go to the spot corner. We're gonna go up and around. Oh, I bit it. I'm good, guys. It's just make sure I didn't drop anything. Yeah. Rocks hidden by the snow. That was cold. All right. We're good, guys. Keep going. Yeah. I think that spring goes up and around that corner, and that's where it starts. Gotta plug my charger back in because I just lodged it. As soon as I get the snow out of it. There we go. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Oh, it says I got a wet. Take it out. Here's wet. It's all right. I can do that. It's beeping. Warning, warning, warning. Yeah. So we're going to go up this hill because this is getting really thick and sketchy. And go up and around and see if we can find any tracks up this way. And up through, I don't know, it looks like an area that would have been a game trail at one time. Thought I heard another voice across there. I don't see any birds. Looking for ducks. I don't see anything. It kind of sounds like a weird duck, maybe. All right, let's go up through this tree line. Barkley! Keep my dogs near me. Hey, come on. Stay over here. You kind of... Uh-oh, what'd you see, buddy? You saw something over there. You look back twice. Do we have a guess? Whoop, whoop! I actually hear something stepping. Can you pick it up? All right. No, he's catching on to something over there. Come here. Come here. Yeah, he's locking on to something over there where he ran to. Not seeing any animal tracks, so At least down here, we'll work our way up that way, kind of angled off away from whatever was spooking him there. He's still looking over there. What's over there, Barclay? What's that? You see something? All right. Main thing is to find tracks. Well, working our way back up over the hill here. Kind of angled off from wherever is spooking him. He's still looking over there. Stay close, buddy. Something might be tracking us right now, watching us or paralleling us, because that's... He's the first one usually that catches that onto that when we get paralleled. All right. All right, let's yeah, it seems like he's getting something that's paralleling us over this direction. I guess we can go up that way a little bit and across, kind of towards it. Maybe we'll pick up on something. Because he catches onto that. There's no animal tracks. But look at this area. This is like something was bedding down right here. A lot of pine needles. The sun. Yeah, this has been a bedding area right here for sure. And of course now we're starting getting structures. That's a coincidence. Kind of a X over that way. Of course these trees here, which could be weather, but I am hearing crunching. She's locking onto something too. It seems like it's working its way up this way. So let's work our way. Let's look at these trees a little bit. They're looking really... Looks like these two here have been pushed over and then tucked right under that side, right there, right up in there. And then, I mean, it could be all natural, but this is a strange looking thing right here. And it goes up. That's just an old bend, but I'm trying to see if anything, well, this branch is hanging off of there, going down this way, but that could all be natural. This whole area has got a different vibe to it right here from this whole hike. We have some down trees, some bedding areas. I mean, we might have scared something off that was bedding down. That's a nice marker right there. All right, guys, let's go back the way we're going. Whoop! Whoop! I was going to say, I just heard something like a rock thrown or a pine cone thrown. And he caught onto it. He heard it. She did. What was that, guys? Something just happened. Whoop! Whoop! Alright, I just feel like something's watching us from over there. Alright. Well, it could be nothing. Or it could be something. That's a track or not. Seems like it's got a bunch of... Look at all this. Almost just like toes right there. And then another one. Oh, there's something going on right here, guys. Right there, you see that? And you saw what looked like toes? That sounded like someone was pushing a tree down. Not breaking it, but pushing it down. Alright, let's go back where we're going. You can hear the road traffic from here. Way in the distance. Alright. moving away from that dense area right over here. It opens up a little more out here where I think they've been, in the years past, have thinned out for fires. That's a total assumption. Still some nice healthy trees going on out here. Yeah, it looks like they thinned out, but they didn't go out there where I was hearing all the noise, and they're finding the bedding areas and look like there's some tracks. So we're heading back this way. I haven't been this way, so we're heading off this way and see if we can find anything. So possible tracks, possible noises, possible strange sounds, and a few oddities, which is pretty much normal for woods in my channel. I'm keeping my eye on that area, see if anything leaves that area and walks out in the open. I'm walking into the sun now. It does feel good, but keep my dogs in my sight. That's kind of bizarre. Like they're lined up right there. But nature is strange. And we are way out in kind of an open. I just think an area that's been thinned out over the years, but sun feels good again because it's cold to me. Come on, Pearl, keep up. She's smelling something. I'm looking back in that area. That's where we had most of our possibilities come from. Right there. So as I walk, I'll film. And I'm not looking. If you see anything, I'm going to film that way and walk straight out. This area here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Stay here. Wind's blowing, whipping through here now. I just have a strange feeling. Believe it or not, it doesn't happen all the time. But then I go in the areas, like I said, that have these sightings. Okay, come here. Let's cut across this way out here. Come here. Barkley. Hey, get over here. I see so many distance. Come here. Come here. Right now. Barkley, come here. All right. Somebody camping, not camping, but day picnicking. He's running over there. All right, we got trouble back. Camper was a way off, but he was headed that way. Not a camper, but I don't know what they're doing. I don't want to know. Middle of nowhere. Yeah, between the wind and, I don't know if it sounds like vehicle traffic, but I think it's the wind. A little of both, but we're back on this dirt road that we found our way onto to get to this site. I think it's probably a mile back or so to the main highway. So make sure nothing, that's where we came from, back that way. And there's a little bit of a hill right there. Make sure nothing is parallel on us. In fact, I'll show that as I'm walking. Maybe we'll catch something because it thinks I'm not looking. Oh, slick. That's kind of what happened in Washington. Kind of faked one out, I think. Just for a second. My night IR at Noisy Creek in Washington State. Where I know I saw one backing out of the trees. If you get a chance and you haven't seen it, watch Sullivan Creek. There's a couple of them I did on that. The stick throw and so forth, so I thought that was fascinating. If you watched that before, let me know if you thought so. We're We're looking out in the woods and a stick gets thrown. And I saw a face above the trees that I think it was probably 9-10 foot tall. After the fact, well, I got creeped out, so that's why I left that area at first time. But now I realize why after looking at the video. So you get some aircraft flying over. No camping sign. Yeah, I don't think they ever had camping out here. Doesn't stop people, but I think that's not an area I would want to hang out by myself at night. Too many things have gone on out here. Man, they may not know about it. You know, you got to have an interest in the subject. So, oh, those coyotes, dogs, Mexican wolves. Yeah, it's nice to be back here, but it's been a while. Quite a while. A lot of things have changed. Well, in life. I know that's deep. I know I'm on a main road, but we are out there in a really known area. I just felt like something was paralleling. That's why I keep looking to the left. Because it still has interest. It's going to be up there where I'm filming. Of course, always look behind you and look up. Watch for those tree swingers. It is cold. My hands are frozen. I didn't come with my gloves again today. It's hard to get in the glove mood when you're down in the desert an hour from here. But that's what's unique about this area, this habitat. Come on, guys. I think I'm looking for any figures or any movement over there as I'm walking back towards the highway. Got a ways to go. Got to beat the sun. Oh, hey! Dude, that is not a good way to slam into me. You're not paying attention when I'm on the ice. Right, guys? I am not flexible like I used to be. Kind of surprised that so many people come out here. Or have. So they must have had another snow. There's nobody out there, I guarantee it. Because there's nothing till Forest Lakes, which is what, 10 miles up the road? There's nothing. Alright. Well, we saw a few strange oddities today. Take a breather. Alright guys, I think we're going to call it. I know it was just a hike out in the snow in the mountains today, but it's a legit Bigfoot area. We had some oddities that we saw or heard for the hike through the snow. I saw those prints, but not 100% sure those are prints. So they kind of look like a couple separate ones, but you know, nature plays tricks on you. But if I see anything else, I'll let you know for sure. And I felt like something's tracking us, but all right. Thanks for following along. Next one will be out shortly, a little sooner than later. A lot of stuff going on getting my situated my new truck camper so I can get out into the more boonies and film. I would have took it down this road here, but I didn't know if it was closed off and I couldn't back out. I kind of feel like I'm pulling a RV when I'm just driving a four-wheel drive truck. And This has something up sitting on top of it high. So I'm still learning on that. So kind of a lot of going on right now, but my channel is my priority. So I wanted to make sure I got out today and see if we could find some tracks. So appreciate you following along here in the Willow Spring area, hot spot of Bigfoot, and see what we see on our editing. Or unless you guys can see something, point it out to me. Don't be shy. And we're working our way towards the highway right now, and I'll get my next video out here soon. But again, from Willow Springs in White Mountains of Arizona, the Mogollon Rim, home of the Mogollon Monster. What is this, part 3, 4? And anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching. Again, for Pearl and the Barkinator, thanks again, guys. Alright, we're back to the truck. We get the dogs loaded. Come on, this side. Get on in. Still traffic. Come on. Oh, I gotta find. Come on, load up. No. Come on. Come on. I know your mom's in there. All right, there you go. All right. Thank God for seat covers. All right. Here. Boy, that was a hike. Got my little mini Starlink going on here. You guys want to know what that is? Ask in the comments, and I can tell you it's a godsend. Backup camera. We are good for now. All right. Thank goodness for warmth.